Good morning, traders. Ooh, this copyright free. This one's a banger. Welcome back to another live stream. If you are new, my name is Zach. This is Real Deal Futures. Before we hop onto the charts on this beautiful Thursday, December 4th, make sure you read what's on the screen. Trading is risky. Most traders do lose money. I am not a financial advisor. Nothing I say or do is financial advice. Make sure you always do your own research, make your own trading decisions. Read CFTC Rule 4.41 on simulated trading, which is what this is, even in funded prop firm accounts, and the affiliate and partnership disclaimer that says I stand to make money from links and codes in my content, like Top 1 Futures, Code RDF, Bookmap, and others. What's going on, chat? What is happening? What's happening, guys? What's happening? Let's take a look here. Let's take a look here. Let's take a look at what we got going on. Chat, what is going on, guys? Paul, Wolf, good morning. Raleigh, good morning. Adam, good morning. Dwayne, good morning. What's happening? New AI antitrust thing is pushing indices way up this morning. Probably part of it. right? Fundamentals if you're a fundamental trader. It's me trades. What's up? Good morning. Good rising. NHO Profit. Redbeard. Good morning. Afternoon, Andrew Baggs. What's going on? Like, sub, share. Oh, you know it, guys. You know it. What's up, X? What's up, Kick? What's up, everybody from all these streaming platforms that we stream on, because we're live here on Kick, X, and YouTube. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on where you are in the world. What in the world is this? Sorry, guys. Making sure stream is good. Cool. You're good, man. Love the discretionary backtesting video. Interesting experiment. Yeah. Yeah, man. Interesting experiment. It's a coin flip backtest as well. Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. Good morning, Zach. I noticed you sharing a book by ES and not YM. Yes, I typically have both of these loaded up here. I swap back and forth. Coming over to YM, I did not feel nearly as comfortable looking at a YM book map, looking at YM order flow at all. It's also kind of a nice way just to transition over and still be able to have an eye on what ES is doing. But I do have both of them loaded up here. We can look at YM book map for you guys. It's a lot thinner of a book. Usually these algos go away by the time the market opens up. And you don't get as many standout orders. I don't find that I have as useful of a read on cumulative volume delta, CVD, on YM as I did on ES. It seems to be way more exaggerated by total number on ES. But we can talk about that. Sanjay, what's up? Blue Water Cruiser, what's up? Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Appreciate you guys. Good morning, Jess on Kick. Good morning. The other people that are always trying to bot up my channel. No, I don't need bots for my channel, guys. That's okay. We don't need you to grow my channel for $4.99. Anyway, let's get to some analysis here before the market opens up. We got a little bit of time here. It is 9:24 a.m. Eastern. We'll talk about this market, man. We'll talk about this, man. Break it to the upside here. Let's hop out on the daily. And this is pretty uniform across U.S. indices. I do talk about NQ and YM because so many traders trade those. I do talk about NQ and ES because so many traders I know that are watching, probably you at home, are trading NQ or ES over YM. Maybe you also trade gold. So I do try to mention it, but I like to note I really don't trade them in correlation, guys. I really try to not do that in correlation or lack of correlation and use divergences. It just doesn't help me. Most traders, I would argue, it does help, and they do it. I just use too much other information to be able to add that in. Too much of a small pea brain. I don't know. I like it to keep it really simple. That's what keeps me getting payouts from live accounts. Stupidly simple, as I like to say. So, take a look at this on the daily, right? Real quick, like I just mentioned, we did break above prior day high already here in ES. Nice bullish candle here on ES and definitely on NQ as well. Both of those are cracking above the highs. YM not quite cracking above the highs. YM was the biggest bullish movement out of all of them. Not so surprising to see it be a little bit laggy today. But again, just mentioning those as we go. YM traditionally is going to be very correlated. They are all U.S. indices, right? Very similar underlying drivers on these. It's, we're typically not going to have a bearish YM for months at a time and a bullish ES or NQ, right? Intraday could definitely be living in its own world, so important to note that. But talking about YM specifically, big bullish move yesterday. Big bullish move. Obviously, I got cooked on the one short that I took on this one. A little bit of a rejection, gave me 100 points to the downside. Was looking for a nice move for this to actually be a bearish close. Happy to take an L. I always talk about liking to be dead wrong if I'm wrong. Dead wrong yesterday. Just didn't get that move. I think on another day, we consolidate for longer. We chop around. We don't just see a ton of follow through in a really huge bullish candle. But maybe you bought that dip from pre-market. Maybe you bought the market up, as we started to pop to the upside. Continuing to get filed under I can't lose on longs and I can't win on shorts. It's not exactly that clear cut. But for my data in this account, and you can confirm this by reviewing my live trading, because I've traded it live with you guys exclusively and I've called it out in Discord. I have not had a losing long yet. The only losing trades, and I think I had four or five No, I think I had 3 or 4 full losing trades, like full stop outs. Yesterday was one of those, which is low for the amount of time that I've been trading this. They've only been shorts. Now, it's really clear cut. It's not enough to say I will never take shorts because I've had winning trades on shorts. I've had nice, full winning trades. I had a lot of money come from shorts also. But it's definitely a note, right? And I think it's obvious. Look at the daily chart. Zoom out on the U.S. indices. You know, they say the U.S. markets are engineered to go up. There's a lot of fundamentals behind that. There's a lot of actual reasoning behind how cash flow functions and, in these markets and how it is just designed to drive these bad boys up. But just looking at technicals and trend and forgetting about all that nonsense. Tough on the shorts, man. Tough on the shorts. Anyway, popping to the upside out of this consolidation. We did break yesterday. Big bullish close to the upside here. This is looking like a really serious leg to the upside, right? Like, if we were going to continue this, looking back in hindsight in a couple days, if we were above all-time highs, I wouldn't be surprised at all. Pull back, sweep lower, bullish close, big bullish candle to the upside. What do we do today, right? I'm cautious of looking short at all. I still think this has, again, plenty of room to go. We swept down below lows before taking off. Could we return to prior days volume point of control that's untested? Absolutely. If we start to sell off, where is my area of interest to the downside? Right in here. Do I want to be aggressively short this market right off the open? Not really, guys. If I'm being honest, I really don't. A valid trade would just be a crack above prior day high to take this thing short. I think if at the open we pop to the upside, I may have to look to take that. For me personally, that's going to be a valid one. Talked a lot in my Discord, sent a 10-minute voice message about being dynamic versus very, very rigid, adjusting and applying discretion versus being way too consistent in ever-changing markets. There's a level here that's tough. It's a fine line to walk. So, overall higher time frame trend bullish, right? Moderate time frame trend day over day, week over week, looking pretty strong after this pullback. Coming into yesterday, big bullish close, opening up, no real pullback in pre-market, very calm session, choppy back and forth, selling off right now into the open. About 30 seconds to go, but really just kind of chopping above VWAP. No real direction. But if we look at where we are relative to yesterday's candle, which I do, to give us a little bit of an idea, right? Are we opening up high in yesterday's range, above value area high? Are we opening up, below the low? These are going to be, different indications of, what pre-market Asia London has, showed its hand. For this right now, opening up right here at VWAP, but very high in yesterday's candle, near the high. We haven't broken it in pre-market the way that ES and NQ has. Looks like we're about to try. There's a setup for me here, guys. I'm trying to make the decision. Before I hopped on, I thought about it because, of course, I saw pre-market. Do I want to short this right above prior day high? Like, do I really want to short this right above prior day high? If I do, what is my target? It would provide an opportunity to maybe grab, a couple hundred points to the downside. If we swept it and then came right back in. I think there's kind of two plays if you were going to do something like that. Short it right in here with a tight enough stop where if we just came back down into this area of volume, came back down to retest or maybe to sweep this low, that you take profit and you're out. Thesis number 2 is this. Right? Thesis number 2 is we sell off. We go back to prior day volume point of control. We come back down into this consolidation. I don't know that we do that today. That's a lot. That's a lot for us to do. It would be a real reversal out of this big bullish move to the upside, and I don't know that I want to trade for that. So I don't know that I want this one, guys. It's available for me, right? We're breaking above pre-market high, breaking above prior day high. We are opening very high in this range. All the price action is right here from the overnight session. Pre-market session is right here. So again, this isn't giving me a lot to work with. If I, maybe yesterday, right? Just to come back down and to sweep the session lows because we sold off at the open. Maybe we're looking at 250 points, 200 some odd points. This one's a lot tighter. So I also just don't like how counter it is to this movement. There's all the reasons against it. Outside of that, it plays right to the movement that I look for every day, which is this mean reversion style trade. It's really the risk, the reward that I think is just not exciting me on this one. Just really not exciting me on this one. So I'm going to have to wait and see. If we pop to the upside, I might try something up here. But I just don't know that I want to step in front of this. So here we go. Cracking prior day high. Here, I'll frame it, guys. This is the trade right here. Short right above prior day high. You know, if I was going to take it, at best, I'm going to run the widest stop that I'm going to allow myself. That's what it would have to look like for it to really be worthwhile, you know, risking this loss. It would have to be a move all the way back down. And man, I don't have that. I just don't have that thesis right now. I think we could absolutely pull back down, put a little bit longer of a wick in here. It's just an interesting area on the chart, man. I think if we break and go, we can go. We could really just continue. There's just not much that the market would want to go up and tag before all-time highs. I'm not going to run. This is really wide on the 15-minute. I'm not going to run a 500-point stop, right? You know, it's doable, right? You can run a really, really wide stop and size down. That's not my play. I think it would have to be something like this. Whoa. I think it would have to be something like this. You know, that's much more reasonable, right? You know, short it with a target of VWAP, right? That's really the mean reversion trade that I'm playing towards. And to do that, I'd have to run a pretty tight stop. Maybe this would be something that you would try multiple times. It's not bad. It's not bad. Outside of that, just buy into strength. Just send it long, right? Complete opposite. I would look for a pullback. I'm not going to buy right into the open. If you wanted to do that, I think your opportunity was in pre-market. Just buy the consolidation. Say this is going to be a bullish day. Super wide stop loss or stop loss below the lows, and send it long. So again, like yesterday, I had something set up really, really quick. You know, this is here for me. It's just going to be exercising some discretion to be cautious against just jumping right in front of it. Again, I think the move to play out right back to VWAP is here. Absolutely, right? But where is my general entry? It's going to be above this high, and I would need to run a really tight stop loss in order to do that, right? Like, where would this be valid? Right here. And if my target is VWAP, and at very least, I'd like to not be a negative risk to reward, right? You know, this is pretty much it. This is pretty much it, right? Like that's the trade, at best for me. And I just don't love that. Just don't love that. There's a chance for it to play out, but again, I think this would not be the one trade that I want for the day. You know, this is just a really, really aggressive scalp right off the open. So that would have to be the one for now. Past this, we chop back and forth, we pull back in. We come through this low. I'd prefer to position myself bullish in this. I really would. I prefer to be positioned in a long. But we'll have to see. Looks like we're going to get the sweep of prior day high. We did overshoot it by quite a bit. Did come up above by about 50 points here. Not too much. Let's see. Do we trade right back to VWAP? Right back to this area of high volume? I think that would be very likely. That's the move that I'm shooting for, really right off the open, if there is one. But this risk to reward is just not good. There's nothing outside of this until we get way up here for an invalidation point, right? This area of high volume, maybe. And where do I think price is going to head? You know, right back to this area of high volume. Or is the thesis that we completely turn around and sell off today? Certainly could, you know, and that would be a target way down here. Prior day's volume point of control, completely erase this move from yesterday, pull all the way back in. So here's the small move right back to VWAP. There it is. Sweeping prior day high, moving right back to VWAP. Let's see if that's going to be a beautiful selling opportunity, and we do just completely turn around and flip this thing bearish and sell off today. Gonna stay patient, right? For me, just not a beautiful setup off of the open. I think, again, if I had to say gun to my head, I think this has room to go to the upside. You know, we could reverse, we could chop back around, we can completely erase this move. It's just going to be an interesting watch for me today, at least to get started. Really was not comfortable taking this for all the reasons that I described, to jump in right off of the open and fade this market. So we'll see. We'll see where we go from here. See where we go from here. Let's see where we go from here. Chatty chat chat. Let's see where we go from here. Long wick on this on the 15, an immediate turn to the downside. Taking a look at ES and NQ for you. Yeah, so ES popped in pre-market. Again, was above prior day high and has since turned right back down to VWAP. You know, again, if we pop to the upside, this is going to look like a beautiful push to the upside, retest, sweep down below, pick up liquidity, and then continue. We sell off, this is going to look like a really big bearish candle, right? So I think this could go either way from here. You know, it depends. Are you a continuation trader, a breakout trader, a with the trend trader? Are you going to trade reversals? You know, it's one of those deals where I don't think there's one complete right and wrong way to trade, and you just got to find what works best for you, right? What you believe in, what you find confidence in, the way that you read the market. Are you very optimistic or are you very contrarian? Let's see what we got, chat. Let's see. Morning, Mike Z. What's going on? What's happening, everybody else on Kickin' X? Who do we got? Is this the NY session start? Yes, this is 9:38 a.m. Eastern. We are just a couple minutes into NYSE session right now. Glenn B, what's up? Roxo, good evening. Hi, Robert. ADO, Permabill's over here. Close your eyes, hit the buy, and sing the national anthem. Yeah. Listen, it would have worked a ton this year. A ton, man. My Cuisine, what's up? It's often very hard to do. Purple Ninja Facts, what's up? Can I receive in Project X if I want an account? Yeah, you can get it in Tradeovate or Project X. I think you'd probably want to take it in Tradeovate, but Project X is still valid and running. Good morning, everyone. JB, what's up? Bahar Trader, new day, profits. New day, new profits, for sure. Good morning, traders. W, not yet. W for you, maybe. We're gonna see. We're gonna see what we could do. Gonna see what we could do. Appreciate you guys for hopping on. As always, we got more and more people hopping on every damn day. Thanks for being here. Welcome to the show. Welcome to the show. If you guys don't know, I'm here trading live every damn day, 9:15, almost every damn day, 9:15 a.m. Eastern. Live, actually live trading. Trying to give you my trading journey, right? It's really what I'm doing here, is sharing my trading with you. Not financial advice, of course. Plus, we give out accounts. We have fun. We run duck races. If you guys want to check me out on socials, it's Real Deal Zach everywhere. I'm on IG, X, and here on YouTube, and streaming on Kick. No LinkedIn, no TikTok, no Facebook, none of that crazy stuff. If you want to hop in a 100% free trading Discord, because I run all my stuff free 99. No course, no VIP. Feel free to check that out. There is one paid thing that I am a part of, that I'm guest speaking at, that I will talk about today. I want to watch if this market just completely dumps here. There's one thing that is paid that I am part of. It's an in-person live event in Tampa next year in May. Got 3 of you guys and girls coming out to that one. That's going to be really cool. But they just dropped a new guest speaker, Brian Shannon, the legend, the authority on VWAP and anchored VWAP, author of the books that you may or may not have already read. It's going to be insane. I'll talk about that in a minute. They got a hype up video for it. It's really cool. Honestly, like, I'm super honored to be speaking alongside of the caliber of trader and people that are coming out to that event this year. It's just insane. I'm really excited. Again, it's not my event. I'm just a guest speaker, but I'm psyched to be out there. Really psyched to be out there. It's really cool to be involved and to be around these traders. And I am really enthusiastic about the ability to get in person around, just traders in general, man. So I personally think it's a great opinion, in my humble, biased opinion. But we'll talk about that in a little bit. I'll show you guys the flyers, look at the video and stuff. But right now, I just want to see if this market dumps, man. 10 minutes into the open, 12 minutes into the open here, 9:42 a.m. Eastern. Sweep of prior day high, right back to VWAP. Now, if you are looking long, this is not a terrible spot, right? Down around this daily candle low, down around these pre-market Asia, London lows, right? Looks like we're going to break to the upside, break to the downside. If your thesis is a long play that we are going to continue this move, this is not a terrible spot for it. So far, we are looking really weak, man. Looking really weak. So my discretion so far to not take this one. If it shows 200 points to the downside, it's just a dicey one to rip right in front of, man. It's such a dicey one. Not good risk structure. Just really not good risk structure, right? I think on another day, if we opened up, sold off a little bit, and this was down here, right? And we popped to the upside and we gave a sweep of prior day high like we did, and I'd be able to structure a short position right down into the consolidation VWAP, the area of interest from pre-market in the morning, something like that, with just a little bit clearer target outside of running a trade all the way back down here. I would have been much more happy to take something like that. This is a little tight for me. It's a little tight for me right off the open, for sure. But this is looking super weak. Let's see if it's just going to be the pullback down. I don't know where we stop here, guys. Sweep below this low. We keep going. There's not much until we come all the way into the top end of this range. I mean, we got through that yesterday pretty quickly. We hesitated a little bit. Sellers put up a little fight, but we got through that pretty quickly. This would be area of interest number one if we start to come lower. Let's just zoom out and see if there's anything really looking left that we want to be paying attention to. Yeah, we got some consolidation in here, right? We got some tops and bottoms coming way back into October. If we started to come lower, but I mean, we sliced through it here. Yeah, if we started to come lower, 47,700s, right? Somewhere right in here off of this consolidation, off of this high. Below that, temporary volume point of control, like way down in here, yesterday's volume point of control. So this is going to be interesting. We give this level up. I think we are going to move, easily 200 points lower. It's not really exceeding any ranges or doing anything crazy for what we've been doing here on YM. So this is going to be interesting. Really want to participate in duck race. I love that. Here for duck races. Yeah, we run duck races. We do giveaways almost every day on these live sessions. Random days, random times. Guys, the link, just so you know, you have to be on the live stream to win it. Right? The link and the information and everything is for people on the live stream. But I drop the actual form behind Discord. It is a free Discord. 100% free. Okay? You can hop in there through whoop, however you say that word. If for some reason you can't enter there, shoot me an email. There, and I'll get you in. Feel free. We got almost 2,200 members in there. It's crazy. But too many scammers that are spamming the form as soon as it drops across socials, whatever social they're on. And I got to do it in Discord. So feel free, hop in the Discord, get ready for it because you're only going to have 10 minutes. We got time, not dropping it just yet, but I'm making everybody aware because before we were just posting it here. Now we got to post it in Discord. So interesting, man. Really interesting. 946, 15-minute opening range is set. Looks like we want to crack it to the downside. This thing looks like it wants to go. That short classic market movement cooked me on the shorts yesterday. I come in attempting to adapt to that data that I'm only taking L's on shorts. Very bullish higher time frame, bullish overall. Pre-market, opening up around the high. We're going to sweep that high and sell off, right? Pretty classic market movement, right? right when you take your foot off the gas in one direction, you're going to get that big movement, and a short right above prior day high would look pretty nice right now. Interested to see where we go from here. I don't have a setup. I really don't have a short or a long play on this one, guys. That mean reversion play did work out above prior day high, pre-market high. Again, not a great risk structure. Like, really still not great. The only thing that I could see, like I talked about, is like a really, really wide trade right off the open. And I didn't want that one immediately. I just didn't want to say shorts right off the open. As soon as I get a sweep of a high, I'm holding short all day. Not enough for a quick snipe right back down, right? Like right in here. To VWAP, like this would be it, like less than 100 points. If I was realistically going to stick to a play, there's no level up here that I'd be waiting for any reason. There's just really nothing up here that I'd be waiting for above prior day high, unless I was going to wait for something like this, in which case I wouldn't be in. So if I'm being honest with myself, what was the play? Right above this high for a move where? Back to an area of high volume. Where's the mean reversion play? Right back into here. If I'm targeting this, that's a completely different thesis. It's not a mean reversion play. It's a sweep of the high and then an absolute dump. It's a reversal, and erase the move from yesterday, which I would really have to have been holding for something at least all the way down in here, at very least off the top end of this consolidation, which I just didn't want off the open. So we'll see. We will see. That's that's where I'm at so far. No trade yet. Early in. Interested to see where we go today. Starting to form a bearish move here, so we'll see. Fire Discord. Smart Whoop is not available in India. It is, just for some of you guys. Just for some people for some reason, but a ton of guys from that area, guys and girls from that area. If you can't get in, like I said, through WAP or Whoop, send me an email telling me that you can't get in, and I will send you a personal Discord invite link. Good for one use. But I don't have an open Discord because it was just completely overrun by... It is open, but it's run through WAP, Whoop, whatever. So you have to have an email and stuff like that. If I run it the other way with just an open invite link, it's insanity. Just completely overrun with scammers and spammers. Checking a couple of things here, guys. Just checking a couple messages. What the hell was this? I don't know. I'm going to have to mess with this later. All right, let's see. Break into the downside, man. Short above prior day high, like an absolute ape, would have worked really nicely. Damn. Yeah, so let's see, man. Let's mark up some areas of interest because I'm obviously not in this, but this if I had to look for a potential area where we might find some buyers, right in here. Right into the low 700s, middle ground of those 700s. maybe right in there, but I really don't even love that as a level. Outside of that, all the way down in here. All the way down in here. Zone area of interest number 2. Yeah, this is a dicey one, guys. So, you know, now the question becomes, you know, you want to long this? You want to try to find your way in where we are going to come back through this high and trade towards all-time highs? We going to flip this candle bullish and throw a nice long wick into the downside? Certainly possible. Certainly possible. Come through this gap here, this imbalance on the daily, right? This is going to be an interesting one. Not going to have really a continuation set up on this either. Chat. Interesting. Let's get twitchy with the measurement tool. One of my favorite things to do, even if you don't like to look at average session ranges, average daily ranges, you can just come over here, grab a magnet tool, take a look at the daily candles that we've been putting in here, right, on YM. You can get a feel for the last few days if you don't want to look at an individual, you know, average daily range, average session range. We definitely got room to go down here, right? Definitely got room to go down here. You know, that'd be 400 points to the downside. This is easily in store to come all the way down here and get close to that 600 point move to the downside. Yeah, I don't know that I'm going to want this long if we come lower. Well, I'm in wait and see mode. Test and value area high from yesterday. If you're a volume profile trader, which obviously I have 47,000 volume profiles on my chart, I am interested to see if we catch a little bit of a bounce off here. Right, here's our prior day's volume value area high, at least from where I mark it on my chart with a fixed range volume profile. Could see a pullback up to VWAP. I don't know on this one, guys. I really don't. I just don't have a great read on this, and I don't have a great way to structure risk. So I'm gonna sit patient. I'm gonna see what comes of the morning. See if we can't get initial balance set and get maybe a little bit more direction out of this thing, a little bit more conviction. But if I find myself without what I feel is a really strong read and/or a good way to structure risk, which this morning right off the open, good read, good setup, bad risk structure, which really invalidates, you know, the desire to put the trade on or just the validity of putting the trade on for me. Now at this point, just not really a good area of interest to trade off of, or a good risk structure, and or a good thesis, right? Like sweep a prior day high and then a sell off 400 points. You want to long that? You know, what's the thesis? That we completely turn around? Maybe. But so far, this is pretty choppy. If we come all the way back up to VWAP, this is gonna look like a tough trade, right? Breakout to the upside right off of VWAP. I think longs probably got cooked on that. If you took a retest of VWAP long, right? Breakout to the upside, retest of VWAP, and then push up. Like, that's not necessarily a bad trade right in here. You probably would have gotten cooked because we cracked VWAP and traded 130 points to the downside. Now we're coming all the way back up to VWAP. If you decided to get short in here for a breakout, that probably wouldn't be feeling too good right now. So, you know, this kind of crazy back and forth move, until it's not a back and forth move, right? You know, until we follow through in one direction. So let's see. Let's see. So no trade for me yet. No trade for me yet, guys. That's what I got rolling. That's what I got rolling, chatty chat. Oh, let's see what you guys are saying. Thanks, Zach. Loud chop. Somebody use VPN for entry into WAP. Sure. I'm here for the high-class conversation. Maybe an excuse to drink. JK. Rhombus. What's up, dude? Full port? Yeah, no full porting. Not in this account. Maybe something else. What's up? What's going on? I think that's Relaxing Zen with a different name today. Zach, I opened the Whoop link. WAP or Whoop. I don't know how to say it. I should know because I use it. Let's go with WAP. It working for me. I stumbled across your bio. Instead, I will just put I trade ICT fair value gaps FTW and your Discord will grow overnight. Oh yeah. Yeah, all you got to do is put that ridiculous logo in your username and SMC and you can quadruple your Discord size. Looks like a triple fake whiplash. Yeah, I'm going to assume this like goes to the downside. That would be clean. But if it pops right back up through the high, that'd be pretty gnarly. Whiplash. Yeah, this is a little bit interesting. A little bit interesting. Hey, you guys are funny. Hey, gang. Total crap at the moment on NQ. It's Relaxing Zen, but YouTube is playing stupid. Yeah. I know. YouTube's got everybody's names different. Oof. Chat. Yeah, looking kind of weak at the moment. You know, this isn't huge. I think we could still push to the upside. I hate to say it, but even on this, if I had to take a trade, it would be long. It would be long in here below this low. If we kind of consolidate and we just fail to move lower, or we push this low one more time and then we come right back in, we're going to get our IB high and low. The continuation long could be in play. You know, it's just a dicey one. It's a dicey one because if we dump, right, if we sell off super aggressively after we sweep the high, I'm trading a reversal, which is not like the off the open mean reversion trade. I'm just trading a really aggressive reversal late in the day. You know, and that could be a little dicey, especially if it's after breaking like initial balance low to the downside and continuing. You know, we get an opening candle continuation. There's a lot of stats that say like we don't just completely turn around right after putting a huge, you know, candle in. You could just look at a chart and see that. If we kind of just have this range here, there's still plenty of room to the upside or downside. Like we got room to go without just putting a super small indecision candle in here. This is a bearish movement, but this is not a lot of movement to the downside so far. If you look at like just for example, percent change sometimes, because sometimes I feel like I get ahead of myself and I go, okay, we're 0.1%, you know, change on the day so far. Look at where we are from the open, you know, to the downside on YM. You know, same with ES, NQ is not even 0.5% down. You know, these types of opens often very quickly flip to the upside, and you know we close green by 0.75%. You know, 1.5%. You know, we turn it into a nice bullish day. It's not that bad of a thesis right in here. But I'm just looking for good risk structure, right? You know, the entry comes with risk structure. So again, I think if I had to trade this, even after this movement, I'd be long. I'd be long from right in here, wide stop. But this is not a setup for me. There's not an area of interest. There's not a level I'm trading off of here at all. You know, I would have my stop loss at a level of interest. You know, that's not good. So no trade for now. Again, just kind of talking through it, right? Articulating my process, my approach, my game plan. What would get me closer, right, to a trade if we had sold off, you know, really aggressively right to here, and then we started to bounce. We started to put a little bit of structure and pop back up. I'd consider what I would call more of a continuation long. I'll be flowing with that 15-minute price action to the upside, stop loss to the downside, anticipating that we push to the upside. We come back to VWAP and potentially even higher. We flip this into a nice bullish movement. You know, we come back through the yesterday's close. And if I'm dead wrong, we sell off. It's just a correction from yesterday. But right in here, it's not really anything for me. It's just not You might have a beautiful zone in here. You could always find a level, right? I could say value area high, right? There we are from yesterday. Beautiful level. Trade right off of that. There's always going to be an area or level that someone says is great or that's, far away from your area. But for me, I don't have this one yet. So we'll see what we do in the next 25 minutes. That's going to be initial balance. We'll see what we do there. That initial balance stat has been playing out really strong. Really, really strong. That 1 hour opening range. For breaking one side, we're almost always breaking one side. We're typically not going back up or down to break the other. Not enough to take a trade exclusively off of, but it gives you some direction, right? If we have put a bearish movement in following through after 10:30, we are not often days coming back through the other side. We're not often days flipping and reversing that. We've seen that a lot. Certainly happens, and it will happen multiple times next year, right? Or, plenty of times next year. It's not 100% stat, not even close to it. It's 70 some odd percent. But it's a pretty gnarly one to trade against. To constantly be fading a break of the initial balance, especially if you're targeting coming through the other side. It's just not really a great stat to trade against. Anyway, let's see what we get here, guys. Let's see what we get here. Hey, gang. Total crap. Yeah, we talked about that. Yep, YouTube. I think it's going to go up. News at 10. Ooh, we got news at 10. Factory orders. Yeah, factory orders came in. These are light news. No high impact news events. Tomorrow, 10 a.m., we got a couple of high impact news events, but nothing really today. Nothing too crazy. Project X having problems. Someone said, be careful, people. Oh, no. No, not again. Don't say that, Wolf. Showing green for me compared to 8:30. Wait a minute. Project X is not having issues, is it, guys? Maybe on another platform, or another prop firm. I don't think so. I'm not really seeing anything. Actually, I see a couple people asking about it. No way. No, I don't think so. I think you guys are okay. Someone let me know, though. Oh my God, it is having issues. Oh man. All right, guys, be careful. Project X seems to be having issues. I think this is isolated to Top Step. Somehow it was isolated to Top Step last time only. Usually if Project X starts to have issues, which is the platform that I'm on right here with Top 1 Futures, it's across all of the prop firms and everywhere. I don't see really. I saw one person ask. I don't see. Usually the Discords start blowing up. I don't see Top 1 Futures Discord blowing up at all. One single person asked and everybody said working fine. I do see Top Steps Discord blowing up with multiple people saying they're having an issue. Wow, that's wild. Be cautious, guys. Record your screen, take screenshots. Again, we're all coming off of Project X, whether you want to or not, for any other prop firm outside of Top Step, just by their doing. But the issues are crazy, absolutely crazy. I'm like, honestly, I don't even think there's an. I have to assume that there's not. That would be insane. It'd be too much. You can't have that many issues. It's just it would be incredible if they had another one. Working fine for me right now, obviously. Let me just see. I'll throw another. Seems to be working on my end. Seems to be working fine on my end. So, but be cautious. Just be cautious. All right, guys. Watching this thing set up again. I think I'm going to be waiting for initial balance on this one, at very least, to give me some area to trade off of. This in itself is not really at an area of interest for me. This all the way down here would be mid to low 700s. If we get initial balance, it's going to give me a little bit more structure to trade off of. But right now, it's just a stay patient move. You know, I would love to come back from an L yesterday. I'd love to keep the payout train rolling. But something that's worked really, really, really well for me personally, and maybe it's not for everybody, is staying super patient, is being okay, you know, taking a trade or not taking a trade, but just let the market come to me. Wait for it to set up. Sets up, great. Good entry, good risk structure. Put the trade on. Accept the win, accept the loss. If it doesn't set up, even if that's multiple days in a row, which that's happened, don't take unnecessary losses. And I think it's really helped me. That's one thing that's definitely helped me generate a much higher win rate. And it is just, you know, it's not taking more beautiful wins. It's not having a better entry or a better trade management. It's just not forcing a trade. It's not putting a dumb trade on where I don't really feel that I have an edge presenting itself. I don't have a good way to structure risk. I don't have anything. I just go, I waited long enough, buy, right? Like, you know, stop loss in where it is, take profit in. Let's see, let's let it play out, you know. Not doing that, I think, as simple and stupid as that sounds, just not doing that is a huge W. So I'm going to say if we don't do anything from down here, I'm going to be waiting for initial balance at very least. Wait to see if we start to pull back up. Could give me a couple levels to trade off of, at least an opening range to trade off of. If we sell off down around the 700s, the low 700s, I would consider a buy. I would love to see that done before 10:30 a.m. and then a pop back up, which would give me initial balance low, not being broken, and potential, you know, to come back through the high, back up towards VWAP. I don't know that I would take a short off of VWAP or a long back through with this type of price action. I think that would just be really back and forth. Like right now, if we pop right back up to the 48,000 evens, which it looks like we might want to do, I'm not going to have a trade right in there. I think that would be maybe a continuation long, stop loss below the low, you know, you target, you know, preemptive break of that initial balance high before it even sets. But I think you'd be flipping a coin, at least for me. I just don't have that one. Again, there's always reasons you could find to trade. There's, you know, people that are going to be getting short and long right now. That's how this works. You know, you could say this is a beautiful short. You could say this is a beautiful long. You could create a narrative behind why that is based on subjective things, objective things. For me, I do find myself plenty of times saying, just not there for me. Just not really clean. Not something that I want to risk. Not that something that I want to pay $1,000 to find out if the trade's going to work or not, which is the way that I like to articulate it to myself. Prepaying, right? Kind of like prepaying to figure out if that one's going to work or not. So that's my thoughts on this. Hanging tight with you guys. Yeah, careful people. No problems for me. It was freezing on Top Step. Nice. Working okay for me. Good. Nate, just to be accountable, made 12K in payouts November and effing tilted out, losing 15K in XFAs. It still gets us. Just wanted to be honest. Nate, you're the man. You're the man. We were talking yesterday. If you guys don't know, Nate's been on here for quite a while. He's in the Discord. A guy who's made it to a lot of consistency, and like so many of us do, that animal, that Achilles heel, that tilt that comes in after a ton of hard work and consistent trading, and you know, not just full porting accounts left and right, but building consistency. We got to be cautious of that animal, man. Nate, I appreciate you sharing, dude. You're a very transparent guy, and most people would not say that. They would post all the wins, right? It sucks to help come in and say it, man, but I commend you. You're a real one. It's unfortunate. It sucks to do, but you know, you are holding yourself accountable, and not only that, you're creating really good realistic expectations that even after taking max payouts, just for the record, guys, we know almost nobody passes evals, almost nobody makes it to payouts, almost nobody takes multiple payouts from the same account, almost nobody takes 12K in payouts from a few accounts. You know, you've achieved all of that, brother. And, you know, part of the downside sometimes, hopefully not always, you know, is is the animal that still comes with it as we are, working to fake news. Have to be real in a world of fake news and fakeness. Yeah, for sure, man. I appreciate it. I tried to do the same with you guys, right? Took the L with you guys yesterday. Hopped on IG and talked about it. Hopped on X and joked about it. Posted it up. That's part of it, right? It's part of it, man. And sometimes it's gnarly like that. It's a really bad day. And again, it's not an excuse to allow it to happen. Nate, right? Like we're not going to say that this is normal. This is okay. We want this to happen. But, for where you're at in your journey, there's a saying that goes, your results are a perfect reflection of, where you are in your journey, your abilities, your skill set, right? And that's where it is for a lot of people. Before you're able to really start to hone in, you got to put your hand on that stove. Part of the process, man. So, yeah, for anybody struggling with tilt, here's my 2 cents. Nate, I'm not talking to you because we talked yesterday. You got an easy one with Project X. You got a really easy one to put the gutters up when you're bowling. Use the risk parameters. Use the risk settings. Tradeovate is adding them with the additional lockout features very soon, from what I've heard. You have a lockout feature. Set a personal daily loss limit. Set it to liquidate and lock you out. And then lock it out every single session. There is literally no excuse to not do that. There's not a single argument against doing that makes logical sense to me personally. There's just not. If you don't want it to be too tight, widen it out. Widen it out until you're comfortable, whatever it is. But if you are not doing that and you struggle with tilt in any degree, any sense of the word, it's happened to you in the past, it's happening to you now, and you're not using that feature, you are acknowledging, consciously, whether you want to admit it or not, the risk of losing all of your accounts, all of your progress, right? Because that's your personal daily loss limit. It's the entire account being gone. So if you sit down to trade, you should ask yourself, is the basics of risk management, outside of doing the math and actually understanding your win rate and risk to reward and basing it on, let's go to the baseline. How much am I comfortable losing today? In a worst case scenario where I do everything right and the market disagrees with me, it just doesn't work out well, or I tilt like a crazy madman, or my cat jumps on my key, how much am I willing to lose? All of your accounts? Cool. Don't set a personal daily loss limit. Send it. Not that. How much is it? Set the personal daily loss limit, set it to liquidate and lock you out, and lock out the settings so you can't go back in and change it when you're on tilt. Simple. Really simple. Not fun to do. Requires an immense amount of discipline to do that every single day, even after you're taking payouts, after you're taking max payouts, after you're doing really well, and you go, I got it, I don't need that safety rail anymore, and then you start not doing it. Discipline, guys. Just build that discipline. And unfortunately, a lot of times the discipline comes from, and it almost has to, I hate it, putting our hand on the stove. I wish I didn't do it, put my hand on the stove so many different times in so many different aspects. Not like that Achilles heel is not the worst one for me, but there's different ones, right? But once you put your hand on that stove so many times, make a change. Put the grill on the stove, close the lid so you can't put your hand on it, and continue to close the lid because you reach up there because you forget sometimes. That's the thought process. Past the risk settings, which are not on every platform, it requires discipline. It requires you to build the discipline to be able to walk away, to end the day red, to close out your terminal and treat this like a business with some serious respect and not risk everything you have on the line, because inevitably you're probably going to be in an account one day, in a live account, right? I'm in many where there is no personal daily loss limit. There is no risk setting. In fact, it's not a sim account. It's just all of your money is on the line, and one click of the button and it's gone. Right? All of your capital. So it requires that discipline. Try to think about how you will do that, right? And along with that, along with the discipline, along with the emotional control, right? The emotional regulation, the self-regulation, it should stem from an understanding of the markets, an understanding of the game of probabilities. It does not make logical sense to YOLO your account on the next trade. It just doesn't make sense, right? We don't know what's going to happen next. Unless you are listening to a fraud or an idiot, nobody knows what's going to happen next in the individual next trade moment. We might have a really, really, really good idea with a consistent, strong edge and probabilities of what's going to happen next over even a small sample. But on the next one and here today, we can't know, guys. We just can't know. That's the way that these markets function. It's a paradox. But if you really believe that first piece at a core level and you hold the other piece that you have confidence in your system over a large sample size of your edge in the market, you can trade, well. You won't YOLO. You won't want to YOLO. You won't want to put trades on crazy, as much. It's still there because we have this, unfortunate human emotions that go crazy inside of us and cause us to do insane things that we know are wrong anyway. But you build that core belief along with that. It helps with the discipline. It really helps. So I hope some of this stuff helps, man. And Nate, thanks for bringing it up, man. It sucks, dude. You'll bounce back quick. It's a learning lesson. Just use it as a learning lesson. Just use it as, if I could tell you one thing, man, just use it as a reminder and to build from, right? These really tough down days, I like to say failures, but these tough setbacks, these things that happen, if we can go, damn, I'm gonna sit in this, I'm gonna think about what happened, I'm gonna think about why it happened, I'm gonna reflect on it, and I'm gonna put processes in place to make sure I try to make this never happen again. You can come out so strong having that big L, that learning experience, right? I've done it so many times in sports. I've had such big blow-ups in different things that I've tried to do really well and been frustratingly, painfully failed, right? And in the moment, you're like, this sucks. I'm done. I can't do anything. But then you go, okay, I can learn from this. I can learn from this one. I can really figure out what went wrong, why went wrong, what were the series of events that led me to that failure, what do I need to do differently, what do I need to adjust, what can I change for next time, and you have this learning experience that's given to you in this painful way. So I hope you take it that way, man. I think it always sucks in the moment, but it's an experience, man. It sucks. We don't know how bad that stove is before we put our hand on it. We really don't know, right? But when you burn yourself horribly, like the way that we're doing, this is the analogy, your body, your core belief, you physically couldn't do it. Not for $100,000, put your hand on a blazing hot burning stove, right? Your body knows. And the same is true in trading. You just have to really reflect on it and build it. So I hope this helps, guys. I hope this helps. Because that's the tough part. That's the tough part. It's one of the toughest part. You get past strategy, you get past risk management, you get past all of this stuff, and then it comes the big picture, controlling high-level risk management, controlling tilt, controlling blowing up, controlling giving it all back. It's not how much money we make, it's how much money we keep. And that boom and bust cycle is gnarly for a lot of traders. Really gnarly. They stay there for a long time. So break free of that. Break free of that. Work on breaking free of that. Easier said than done. Very easier said than done. Anyway, guys, watching this market pull back up. We're getting ready for initial balance to get set. Fake out to the upside, fake out to the downside, back through the top. Maybe. Let's get ready to mark up some IB high and low. I really haven't been doing this with you guys, but I want to get back to doing it because I'm paying attention to it myself. All right, guys, this isn't set yet, but it looks like it is going to set. I'll talk about this from Edge Full. You can even look at the stats together for a minute, but yeah, man, this looks like we want to come back out the top. This looks like we want to form this as a nice bullish movement. Kind of what it's looking like to me. Yeah, just checking a couple messages. It looks like checking a couple of things outside of messages also. It does look like Top Step X did have an issue today. Crazy. Project X with Top Step seemed like it had an issue today. Absolutely insane. All right, guys. IB high and low set. Back to VWAP. Gun to my head. This is a long play. I don't have a gun to my head. I don't think this is terrible. I don't think this is a terrible play. Could even go just right below that IB low for a long, a continuation right through VWAP. This could be a retest before a continuation lower. I think it's a little bit of a coin flip. If I had to take something, I think this is it all the way back through. Again, I really didn't want the shorts off the open. I really did not want to position myself short in this market. I'd like to position myself long. This is a pretty gnarly continuation trade with a stop loss right outside of one side of the range, which is not really what I love to do. I like to trade from the extremes. I like to get that counter movement to generate a really nice entry, a really nice wide stop loss. You know, this is not one of those trades where if I'm wrong, I'm dead wrong. Do I think we could sweep this low and then come back through the high? Not common, right? Doesn't happen often, but sure, absolutely. I think this is a very obvious stop loss level if you want to get long, right? Where is the liquidity going to be? Where are the stops going to get run? Right in here, right? What I do like about this is if I'm wrong, I think we'd be coming all the way down here. We would, you know, this would be the level of interest. If we did that, I'm no longer looking long. If we broke to the downside the way that we did here, retest VWAP and then come short, I wouldn't be looking now to completely reverse the trend to the upside. So this is a continuation long play. Trying to decide if I really want to put risk on the line for this one. This is going to be a little bit interesting here. Yeah, I don't know about this one, guys. I'm gonna sit with this. Again, not in a trade, just kind of framing out what this could potentially look like. Could run it with a tight stop right below this and let it rip. But I'm gonna sit with this one for a bit. We are coming up on initial balance, getting a second chance for a better entry down here, but this one is just not a great risk structure or a great read for me. I know I've repeated myself a couple times, so I don't mind it for a long. It's not terrible. It's a better risk structure if my thesis is that we continue out the top here. We break one side. We don't come back down and break this other side. If we break this side, we typically extend, right? It's a pretty nice IB high and low that's set. But this is choppy overall, right? Like, what do we do? Push to the upside, push to the downside, right back to VWAP. Now selling off back down around this low, right? The stat does say that this side breaks first, right? That's the first stat, that this IB low breaks first. Why? This side was put in first, IB low put in second. We're not set yet, by the way. 9:25 a.m. So, excuse me, 10:25 a.m. We're waiting for 10:30 a.m. So technically not set. This starts to push lower before 10:30. Our IB low is going to come off of whatever this candle prints. But that's the initial thoughts here, guys. Initial thoughts. As we're waiting for this IB high and low to set, I will be right back. Quick break, and then maybe we get ready for a giveaway. I don't know. Maybe we get ready for a duck race. We're fixing to find out. Be right back, guys.
Drop it. Drop it.
Back in action with you guys. Yeah, man, this thing looks like the Bulls want it, man. This really looks like the Bulls want this. Question is, do I want it? That's gonna be the question. Let's see. What do you guys think? Let me know in chat. Let me know in chat. Let me know what you guys think. Let me know what you guys think. Coming up on 10:30 here, it looks like we are going to get our IB high and low set. Looks like this 9:45 a.m. candle is going to be our IB low. Not a bad long play for a continuation through VWAP on this one. I just don't know if I want it. I think we could crack this and come right down through the other side. It's a from the middle ground play. A lot of liquidity on YM today, down at 47,700. It's interesting to see. Yeah, let's see, guys. Let's see. I think I'm gonna wait. And if we come down towards this low right now, you know, here's the thought. Here's one play, right? This looks okay for a long, right? This right here would be a clean invalidation point, and you could go for something like this. This fails, you know, we come up and crack the high, great. You know, take a W, yay, right? This fails, we come through the low. This would be something that you could immediately flip short on and say, okay, flexibility, we did not push to the upside. We're coming right through the low. I'm taking this short all the way down to the low 700s, right? Stop loss just above this high. If you wanted to try it both ways, you could certainly try it short from up here first. Also, I don't think there's as much of a trade up here, because at that point, you know, that would be your invalidation point, like way down there. But there's certainly a long through VWAP back to that IB high, and then if that fails, like right off the rip, a short play through this IB low, right? Anticipating that we don't come back up and just trade right at the middle ground all day. That we get a little bit more of a continuation, and we push lower. Do I want to try that? That's a good question. Not yet. Not yet, I don't. Let's see. If we close Orb low and New York VWAP, should go long. Orb high, IB high. Open longs bring us back up hopefully to the open. Yep, I'm long. Nice. Tricky conditions. Nice. Stop loss under the volume until it pushes up. First I tried short, stopped to break even now. Took full loss on longs, just got wicked out on long. Yeah, man. A little dicey in here. Yeah, if I can't get a read. Now staring longer won't help me. Locking it up. Yep. Most of the time you got to, you got to know when you're done. You got to know if you have a point where you go, don't have a good read, don't have a setup. I don't have anything coming. I'm not saying this for me, but, and you say, I'm done. I'm completely done. I'm just going to lock it up. Stupid PA, bro. Done. Issues with top step. Just had hella delays closing a stop loss. Yep. Comment on kick. I love Project X because of a short delay. My short was messed up. Put my ticket in already, but wow. I'm just going to wait and not take any more trades, and top step ends blaming me. Oh, man, I think this is a good idea to start looking for platforms. Yeah. Yeah, guys, insane. I don't want to be on Project X at all. I love the user interface. Like I've talked about, I've said this a lot, I've repeated myself. Insane amount of issues. Can't accept that. You can, but after a certain point, you're putting the responsibility on you, right? You keep doing the same thing on a platform that has more and more issues. To be clear, Top 1 Futures has Tradeovate, Ninja Trader, and TradingView. You can check that out. Links everywhere. I'll throw the links in the chat in a minute. Kind of staring at this market, man. I'm kind of fully focused. I haven't displayed anything because I want to get a trade on here, like that evil cartoon guy. I don't know. I just don't know on this one. Like, I think I'm gonna run the move that I just mapped out. Aim for the break of the IB high first. We come down and break the low, take a short, and potentially have a 2. Would require a little bit more than. Bear with me, guys. It also just could be a choppy day. The other thing is we don't have to extend. We got some movement out of YM yesterday. This could just be a choppy-ass day. I don't know that I want it from this middle ground. Sign myself up to try this twice, huh? All right, here's the game plan, guys. Here's my game plan. This pulls back a little bit. I'm going to try it long. This pulls back down a little bit. Come back down into this area. I'm going to try it long. I'm going to try continuation long through VWAP. Stop loss just below this IB low. This IB low breaks to the downside. I get invalidated. I'm going to consider it short. I'm going to consider a short play to the downside. It's going to be a continuation play either way, trying to flow with it. Could be just a very choppy market, and I could end up taking losses on both sides. Trading for a continuation with a stop loss down below level of structure. But I'm going to do it with $500 worth of risk on a mini, about 100 points. That's what I would like to do. It would allow me to take a full, one full loss, like $1,000 loss. Across 2 trades and give me opportunity to really flow with the market. So that's my game plan. I'm going to look for it. Exactly where I'm going to look for it. Yeah, right. It actually lines up. I don't know that I'd want to wait for all the way down around these lows, but at least a little bit more of a pullback, just a little bit better of an entry to try along on this one. If it goes, it goes. If it goes now, it goes. That's it. It's fine. I don't want it dead set in the middle here. I just don't want it here. I need my stop loss a little outside of this zone, and I'd like to do it with low risk. So this is I don't want it dead set in the middle of VWAP and the initial balance. It's not terrible, but it's just not it for me. So I'd want a little bit of a pullback. I'm gonna say the mid 900s, 47 950s. 50 points lower, we drop. I'm gonna look to buy that. If it goes now, it goes, which it looks like it might right now. I'm not gonna be in for it. If it pops too far and then comes back down, I'm not gonna want it. If it rips to the downside, I'm not in with a limit order. I would consider a short, but right in here, I don't want anything. Right in here, I'm gonna try it long. Break of IB high, stop loss down below IB low. We come out the downside. I'm going to look for a short trade with a stop loss all the way back in here. There is a chance that we just do this, in which case this thesis would generate potentially 2 losses. All right, if we just do something like this, that's the risk of getting involved kind of in the middle ground of all this nonsense. But that's my thesis, guys. That's my game plan. Framing it out with you here. So I'm going to stay patient for now. Yeah, so we're talking about Project X have an issue. Any word on when they will let us migrate over to Tradeovate? Top 1 futures, you can buy Tradeovate, NinjaTrader, and TradingView charts now. I expect them to stop selling Project X in the near future, probably over the next couple weeks, as I expect all Project X firms to do. Some of them have already said that. They've said when they're going to stop selling them, because the end date is February 28th for Project X. No more support for Project X at all, except for Top Step, which is the only one that's going to have the platform as it melts down and implodes. Joking on that last one, but not really based on what we got going on again today. As far as when you would be able to potentially transfer over from a Project X account to a Tradeovate, NinjaTrader, TradingView account, if you still had one active, I'd say it's probably not going to be until close to that end date. Firms are going to open it up. Why? Cost them money and time and effort and energy to do. And most traders are not going to hold on to Project X accounts from the time they're buying them right now all the way until February 28th. But February 28th, there's very likely going to be just a forced migration where they push everybody over to Tradeovate from Project X. But maybe in the next month, or so, they say, all right, anybody that wants to come over before you get kicked over, we let you do it. But it's time, guys. It's time to get comfortable on Tradeovate, NinjaTrader, TradingView. If you are a prop firm trader and you want to trade with anybody outside of one firm, also especially if you just see all of the issues that are unfortunately going on this platform that we all know and love. Like, I like Project X, I really do. I'd love to say that there was not issues every single week that we have going on where people are blowing accounts, but there are, and that sucks. They seem to be getting worse and worse and worse and worse, which is bad. So, it is what it is. But I'm going to get comfortable on TradingView. I was doing some of that earlier this week with you guys, logging into TradingView from Tradeovate. That's my play to try to manage it. See if we pull back down on this one a little bit. Maybe give me a long. Let's see. Called it an ES. Damn. How can you use current accounts on NinjaTrader? I don't know what you mean. If we close Orb low and New York VWAP. Yeah, we looked at that. Was that? Okay, we were talking about some of this. Tricky dish. Okay, I read all these. Read all the chat. Yeah, guys, let's see. Let's see. All right, guys, while we're hanging out here, waiting for this market maybe to do something. I think you guys know what time it's about to be. Hang on. If you are not in the 100% free trading Discord, now is probably when you want to hop in here. Right now. But it's about to be giveaway time. I am going to drop this giveaway form in Discord. It's free Discord. It's free live. It's free everything. It's free to join the giveaway, but I got too many scammers and spammers on here, unfortunately, that spam the forum. So, the forum is live right now in Discord. The 100% free trading Discord that's pinned to the top of the YouTube chat and in the Kick stream. And in on X. I will throw it on X for you guys as well. Hang tight, X. You guys want the giveaway form? Go ahead, hop in there. It is for a 50K instant funded account from Top 1 Futures, a 50K Ignite. To be specific, instant funded account straight from Top 1 Futures. You want a chance to win? Here you go, X, in the live chat. No, I did not take a long today for the person that asked from X. Didn't take anything today, unfortunately, yet. Here is the 100% free trading Discord. It's commenting now on the thing. Feel free, hop in there, guys. I'm going to give you 10 minutes. I'm going to give you guys 10 minutes. Let's say, let's give you till 10:53. 10:53 to get it filled out, and then we're going to run a duck race for a giveaway. Duck race is just a way to to get an account chosen for somebody. All right, guys. Main chat and Discord, guys. Main chat and Discord. I'll probably do some kind of like Discord forum, giveaway forum, something, but main chat and Discord. 10 minutes, 10:53. We will we'll get it done. Quack for opening range to use 9 to 10 or 9:30 to 10:30 a.m. Eastern is the initial balance. 9:30 a.m., which is a market open, to 10:30 a.m. Eastern is the first 1 hour opening range of NYSE session. You could use a whole bunch of different ranges, 15-minute opening range, 30-minute opening range, different session ranges. There's not one better than the next. Different stats around them. But, yeah. What's good, guys? What's up, brother? I can't join Discord. Please send here. No, cannot send it here. Feel free to hop in the Discord. If you can't hop in the Discord, go ahead and send me an email. Oh, look, we got somebody that sent me an email. Guess what? Right now, while we're on the live stream, I'm going to get them in. I'm going to get them in right now. So send me an email, support@realdealfutures.com. Go ahead. I'll get you guys in. Can't send it here. Too many scammers, too many spammers. Takes away from people that are actually on here and in Discord and, everywhere else. So... guess what? To the person that just emailed me, you get it. I'm like Oprah. You get an invite to Discord. If you're in an area that you can't come in for some reason, go ahead. Send me an email. Support@realdealfutures.com. And I will respond with an invite link that will get you in. Can't do it here. Can't share it here because then everybody else will hop in. And we got the scammers and spammers. Let's see, guys. I'm also trying to pay attention to this market for a second because if we come back down to these 50s, it could give me a way to get in long, position myself for a move out the top of this IB high. I don't know, man. It's not a bad one. It's not a bad one. We pull back down. I'm going to take it. I'm going to try it. This is close, but I think we could dip right here. Excuse as it to be true. I'm not going to lie. Scaling plan kills me. I hear you. Hello, Zach. Hello, everyone. What's up? Passed 100K in 3 days. Made 6K. XFA. Can't make 25K. You haven't properly worshipped ICT. Can you share the Discord link alone? This is a bit complicated. Shoot me an email. Shoot me an email, Maverick GR. I cannot share the Discord link openly. I've done that in the past. I have it wide open, guys. Just bear with me because I try to make this easy, right? I'll explain it to you very simply. If I have an open invite link, I constantly get spammers and scammers that come in. And not only can I not ban them because they're able to hop right back in, they're able to just spam the hell out of it wide open with no email, no nothing, even with the highest security settings on Discord. So I have to have some pass-through. The way that I do that is WAP. I use an email to get in, but I'm even nice enough, like I'm doing right now, to send people the personal invite link where you don't have to go through that if you have some reason that you can't get in because there's some country that's prohibited or whatever it is, right? But I try to keep this thing clean. I try not to just have it overwhelmed by scammers and spammers. Send you an email. Nice. Yep. 10:53, guys. If you can't get in, send me an email. I'll get you in. If you want into the Discord, it's free. It's open. 99% of people do not have an issue with this. Here you go. 100% free trading Discord right there, guys. On YouTube, on Kick. It's on X. Turning to the downside here, I don't know that I want this pullback. There's an opportunity to hop in long, like I talked about, even though I'm focused on sending everybody emails right here. There's an opportunity to hop in long with a stop loss down below this IB low. I don't think I'm going to do it, guys. I think I'm just going to watch this play out. I don't have the conviction for anything really here today. Back through the high, you know, could be a move long, but was eyeballing a long in here with a tight stop just below IB low, because if we break this, I think we potentially continue the downside all the way down to the 700s. We really continue this move to the downside. A long in here first, kind of like this, right? This would be the trade setup that I'm not taking. That bad boy right there. And then if that gets invalidated, immediately short, right out of the low, stop loss up here for continuation down here, right? Something like that. That's what I think is not a terrible setup on YM here. But I'm also just way too distracted sending everybody emails and stuff. So, all right, we got responses rolling into the form, the giveaway form. We're gonna get somebody funded here. Cool. Let's see if this would play out or if this would generate 2 losses. I'll leave this up here. This is the thought process. But while we're waiting for this to get filled out, we're waiting for this to play out, guys. Again, giveaway form is live in Discord. Hop in the free Discord. Let's see. That's crazy. Caught. It's nice, man. Take my base hit. Good morning. Yeah. While we're waiting for this, a couple things. The main big announcement, which is pretty cool, right? I'll talk about this. Yeah, I don't know how many times I can repeat myself on the same thing, guys, but I'm reading the questions in chat. I don't know if you're just hopping in right now, but I'll say it last time I'm going to say it, because everybody else is annoying for them to hear it over and over again. I have a free Discord. You can hop in through the WAP link. It's free to join. You need an email and an account there. If you can't get in because your country's prohibited or for some reason you can't get in, send me an email, support@realdealfutures.com. Put it in the chat. I said it a couple times, and I will send you a personal invite link. I'm not going to send the personal open link here because that's not how I run it for the reasons I just described. Last time I'm saying it. Now, let me pause this. If you don't know, last year I spoke at the ASFX Austin Silver's Futures Bootcamp live trading event in Tampa. This year, he's putting it on again, May 14th and 15th. I am guest speaking alongside all of these speakers. Today, they just announced, rolled out, confirmed that the man, the myth, the legend, Brian Shannon. This is the authority on VWAP, especially anchored VWAP. He wrote the book. He's been on everything under the sun. He has a massive following, an enormous amount of experience, multiples of mine. If you don't know who he is, feel free to Google the name. You could pop it up. Alpha Trends is his stuff. Here's the deal, guys. This event sold out last year well before, with half the guest speakers and the amount of people coming and the amount of stuff they have going on. If you're even halfway interested, feel free to check it out. It is a paid event. There is a link in the chat to go and check this out. This is a cost for me to go and do, guys. Come, don't come. Use code RDF. Don't use code RDF. Do whatever you want to do. I got 3 of you guys and girls coming out to this one from my community so far, which is pretty awesome. Super hyped to meet you and be trading live with you guys. You have 2 full days of live trading, discussion on everybody's strategies, approach to the market, mindset, risk management, trader panels where it's open Q&A, networking. There's going to be about, I think, 100 members from everybody's community out here trading live together. It's awesome, man. Really awesome. It's done at a pretty sweet hotel, the Current in Tampa, and just a chance to get out around all of these traders and all of you guys, right? All of the people that are coming out for it is just like second to none. So anyway, quick video. Check it out. Boom. Got a hype up video for this one. I love it. Gonna be sick, guys. Gonna be sick. If you want to check it out, link is in the chat. It's on my website as well. Again, these paid events, anything paid, you guys know I run all my stuff free 99. I think you got to weigh, right? It's got to make sense for you. If you don't come out to this one, maybe you consider going out to another in-person event. I don't think there's anything like it. I really just don't think there's anything like it. I think it's awesome to be trading live with you guys on here, to have these communities that we get to hang out in every day, but to get in person around people that you are working with, you're on the same journey with, is just next level. It's just nothing like it, man. It's really cool. Again, multiple days, live trading like this, but in-person live trading, networking. Everybody has a good time also when they go out there, right? Dinners and hanging out and lunches and casino and all that fun stuff. So it's sweet. You want to check it out? Last thought I was going to say. This sold out last year hella quick. They're over halfway to sold out before announcing Brian Shannon. I would not be surprised if they sold this out right away. He has like 10 times the community of everybody else on here, which is awesome. I'm honored, honestly humbled, and like very grateful to be able to go and talk to Brian Shannon, let alone be like speaking alongside of an event, which is awesome. I have no doubt that the thing's going to sell out super duper quick. They keep it small. I think Austin can run this in a huge auditorium and just have everybody on like picnic tables and benches and like have hundreds of people there. He intentionally doesn't do that, so everybody has the time to speak, ask questions, talk. It's much tighter knit than this huge big seminar, because that's not really what it is. It's everybody talking, interacting, asking questions, panel discussions, more so than some lecture where everybody gets on the mic and just yaps at you for forever, right? It's live trading every day, multiple different traders, different perspectives. So anyway, you guys want to check it out. That's the plug for it. Link is there. Now, outside of that, where we at? It's giveaway time. And the Discord link has been, or the actual link to fill this out has been closed. 10:53. We are done. Chatty chat. It's time for the duck race. It's time for the duck race. Look at that. And nobody spammed the form. What a surprise. Look at that. If I put it behind Discord, the scammers and the spammers can step on Legos, but they can't get in to fill the form out and spam it 100 times. All right, let's go. YouTube usernames are headed on the duck race. Let's do it. While we watch this market a little bit longer. Yeah, I'm no trade today so far, guys. I think the opportunities that I have set up here, they're not bad, but I don't have it in me. I'm just don't love it. I just don't love the structure. It's just not great opportunity. I would just prefer to wait on it. I think we could chop. I think we could really just chop back and forth, and this could easily generate 2 L's. So we'll see. We'll see. But let's get this loaded up. If you guys missed it today, if you missed the giveaway today, we give away accounts almost every day here on the live streams. This one is for a instant funded account from Top 1 Futures. No purchase necessary, no challenge, no activation, no time limit, no activation fee after you pass, none of that stuff. If you guys want to check out Top 1 Futures while I'm getting this ready, here is the banner. They're now offering Tradeovate, NinjaTrader, and TradingView. Insane that they were supposed to go away after 30 days or 60 days. It was supposed to be a big rug pull. And here they are 8 months later. I think they're up to 18 million paid out to traders. It's awesome. So you want to check it out. Code RDF gets you 57.5% off. There's the prices for the instant funded, the OG, the big money accounts, the OG instant funded accounts. They have much cheaper ones. The Ignite, the straight to sim funded Pro. Plenty of options. You want to check it out. Link is in the chat. Shout out Top 1 Futures for supporting me, supporting you guys, supporting some of these giveaways. Let's see. All right, duck race is ready to roll. There we go. We got how many ducks in a line? 62 ducks in a row. Let's run it. Good luck to everybody. Remember, you got to be on the stream to grab it. You have to actually be here, even though you have to be in Discord now because I got too many scammers. These come straight from Top 1 Futures to the email that you provided. Let's run it, chat. The ducks are off. Let's see who's got it today. Let's see who's got it today. Let's see what we got. Let's see what we got. Let's see. Let's see. Let's see. Finally, I'll be in the duck race. There you go. A lot of duck comments. Tons of duck comments. I know a lot of people hop off after not winning the giveaway. Guys, we're here live every damn day, 100% free, 9:15 a.m. Eastern, showing you what real trading looks like for me. Not the best stuff in the world. I'm not the best trader. I don't claim any of that. No leaderboards, no crazy win rates and risk to rewards. Just real trading, day in and day out, trying to turn a profit in these markets. 100% free trading Discord, which is pinned to this chat. If you didn't get the form today, that's where the form is going to be. Maybe you hop in there. If you can't get in, shoot me an email, support@RealDealFutures. I said I wasn't going to say it again. There it is. Giveaways rolling all over the place on X and IG, giving out hella accounts as well. Real Deal Zach across socials if you want a chance to win even more accounts. And if you want to check out that Tampa event, link is in the chat. Come and trade live with me, guys. Be more than happy to see you trading there. There it is in the chat again. You guys are 5 minutes behind on the stream. Oh, man, refresh this bad boy. Yeah, you got to hit live. Make sure you're watching it live. There we go. Can't even see mine. Saw my duck. It's a win already. I'm going to win today. Tom Ward on steroids. Let's see. 30 seconds to go. It's a tight pack up front, guys. I don't know. This is anybody's game. This is anybody's day. Let's see. Let's see. Let's see. Get the background music back on. I'm sure my duck will get stopped out. 10 seconds to go. Aish, Joe Nolan, Paul Memphis, Daniel, Jess, ADNX, Vampire Duck coming out of nowhere. Let's see who this is. We got a winner. The number 33, ADNX7. Let me see who this is. ADNX. 18 or 18? What's up? What's going on? Where are you at in the chat, my man or woman? I'd never know who is who on here, but let me mark this out. We got W's in the chat. We got somebody getting funded with an instant funded Ignite 50K account. Trade them well, guys. You won't be the first person to trade one of these all the way to a payout that they've won for free. It goes 0 to however much you're able to take out, max payout. But go for it, guys. Go for it. W's in the chat. There we go. Hella W's in the chat. Congrats, congrats, congrats. You are the winner. Very nicely done. There we go. Vampire for the win. Let's go. There he is. W's in the chat, man. W's in the chat. Account will be coming from Top 1 Futures straight to your email. I've had a couple people waiting. I ran way too many giveaways last week. If you're on here and you're waiting for an account, just try to chill. I've been trying to make sure everybody gets handled. Hit me on socials. Hit me with an email. I'm probably talking to you already, but nobody wins accounts and doesn't get them. So long as you follow up with me, I follow up with you. Let me know if you didn't get one. Right? I'm never intended to do that. I did have some people waiting last week, and I've sent them to the wrong emails before. I've accidentally sent it to the wrong people. I've messed up an email. I don't know. I guess it comes with the territory of running dozens of giveaways. I don't know. So don't want to have anybody waiting. If you won something and you didn't get it, please let me know. Definitely please let me know. And I apologize for having anybody waiting. Anyway. All right, Duck. This looks like it could be the play. Again, I'm not in this one, guys. Could have been an opportunity here to jump in for a long, breaking IB high, maybe a short down below. I think I'm just going to keep myself patient. I'll look at some other markets. I'll look at the live accounts. Maybe we get something to set up after this, but I don't have a good risk structure, a great read on this. So I'm no trade for now. If I take anything in this live account, which sometimes comes pretty quickly after the live, just by the nature of the market coming into lunch hour, sometimes we get a little bit of a movement before cooling off. I'll try to call it out. I'll try to call it out in Discord. Anything that I'm taking in this account, this Top 1 Futures 15K live account, the same one that I've been trading and taking, I took 11 payouts on it so far, trying to hold on to. I'll try to call it out. I want this to be completely live traded to the best of my abilities. So anyway. Talk to you guys soon. Thanks for being here, guys. 9:15 a.m. Eastern every damn day. YouTube, Kick, and X. Quick disclaimer. I'm not a financial advisor. I do not provide financial advice. Nothing I say or do is a suggestion or recommendation to do anything at all. Make sure you do your own research. Make your own trading decisions. Read CFTC Rule 4.41 on simulated trading, which is what this is, even if funded prop from accounts. And the affiliate and partnership disclaimer that says I stand to make money from links and codes in my content like Top 1 Futures, Code RDF, Bookmap, and others. Appreciate you guys hopping on. Thanks for being here. I don't think there's NFP tomorrow. I will confirm. All right, gang. All right. Nice. Came out of the shadows. Yeah. Talk to you guys soon. Thanks for being here. I will see you in Discord.